Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, Dallas is a big mecca for TV and video production. You'll be hearing about a great expo that's coming up next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, when most people think about TV, video production, film, they think about Hollywood, but more and more companies are doing their film and video work right here in Dallas. Why is that the case? My next guest is going to explain. Ian Loomer is in the studio. He's the president of the Dallas Producers Association. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I love Dallas, and I think, as a right-to-work state, it's easy to do business here, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a whole lot of professionals who are able and willing to work on a huge variety of projects, and the state really makes it easy for productions to come here.
And I know that the state is now putting a lot of money in this and attracting companies.
The last legislative session, they approved up to $200 million worth of film incentives that productions and producers and creatives are able to take advantage of, and it's really improved the level of production that's happening here.
Sure, and there's a big expo coming up. You're going to learn more about that in a minute, but we found a great piece on WFAA featuring Ian. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Welcome back. It is the largest showcase of the newest equipment and software for content creators of all kinds. The Texas Production Expo returns to Grapevine Convention Center this Thursday, right around the corner. Joining us is the president of the Dallas Producers Association, Ian Loomer, to really talk about the latest gadgets and the software at this year's event. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you this morning. So what is the purpose of this expo coming to Dallas? What's the deal with it?
Yeah, the purpose of the Texas Production Expo is to provide a full day of 100% free hands-on engagement with the latest film and cinema tools, as well as provide a full day of education and networking for film production professionals in Texas.
This is a big deal, and there's a lot of techies and a lot of entrepreneurs here in North Texas that could really take advantage of this. At the top of seeing all the new equipment, there's tons of educational opportunities and workshops as well.
Yeah, we have 2 different seminar rooms with speakers running all day long. Everything from tech talks from brands like Sony and Letrasonic to soft skill lectures on how to win business or how to think creatively. And really the one I'm most excited about is this half-day workshop on the practical application of using AI in creativity. Wow. The goal is for attendees to walk away with this knowledge and practical tool set to start creating immediately with some of these really groundbreaking tools in artificial intelligence.
No, I'm looking at some of the video there, and it looks really cool. And is the expo good for beginners as well as working professionals?
The expo is perfect for everyone interested in film and cinema and production, whether you're in school, just out, if you're a solopreneur, a content creator for TikTok, or a seasoned film professional with decades of experience. It really has something for everyone, and our experts are going to meet you exactly where you are.
All right, so Ian, walk us through. When we walk through the doors of this expo, what are we going to see? What should we expect?
Yeah, you're going to be met with 75 different brands who have so much of the latest gear in lighting and camera and sound, everything from a 65-foot state-of-the-art broadcast truck to cars with camera cranes on top of them, all the way to local businesses like Topaz Labs and VFX Studios and the Maker's Gym, where you can practically shoot here in the DFW area. And, we're also, if you're a filmmaker, we're going to have the Dallas, the Fort Worth, and the Texas Film Commission, as well as the TXMPA, who are there to answer all your questions about film incentives and how you can shoot your film here in Texas.
That is really cool. Ian, how do we get people there? How do they sign up? How do they get a ticket? What's the deal with that?
Absolutely. You need to go to the TexasProductionExpo.com
Okay.
or the DallasProducers.org. Either one of those, you're going to be able to get a ticket. You can also follow us on social at Dallas Producers.
All right. Ian, thank you so much for joining us here on Daybreak. I know this event takes a lot of planning, and I know you're going to have a good turnout.
We have 1,300 pre-registered attendees as of today, so it is going to be huge. It's going to be fantastic. Come and network and connect with other professionals in the area.
A big deal. Thank you so much for joining us.
And there's an update since you did that segment on Sunday. How many people are registered?
Oh, absolutely. We're over 1,500 now. I think we're going to cross 1,600 by the end of the day. And we'll hit 1,800 by the time the show comes around. It's going to be really exciting.
Amazing. We're going to pull up the website, and as we scroll down the website, you mentioned in the WFAA piece that AI has become a thing. Let's dive a little deeper. How does AI play a role in your industry?
You know, AI is a very hot button subject right now, and everybody's really talking about what it means for creatives in the industry. And I know there's a lot of concern about, kind of big Hollywood and what that means at a high level of how that is. But the reality is it's here, and we as creatives and individual content creators need to know how to utilize these tools. And so while I know it's kind of a fine line of how we decide what is legal versus what is good to use, and that's all very much being worked out through kind of that system.
Sure.
People can have access to these tools right now, and they can functionally start creating. And so this workshop is meant to leave people with a practical tool set so that they can understand in, all of the Adobe Photoshops and Premieres, the editing work, the graphic work, what they can actually do right now. And that's incredibly important so that they can become faster, more creative, and provide more value and bring more work here to Dallas.
Sure. I want to talk about the networking benefits of becoming a member of Dallas Producers Association, because I know this so much about the film industry, especially when they were filming Dallas here, they were filming Walker, Texas Ranger. It's very much who you know. Who did you work with? Oh, you worked on this film, you must know. And isn't that one of the values of becoming a member?
Connecting and networking is incredibly important, and that's a huge part of the DPA and our organization. And, Texans by nature are incredibly accepting, but they also want to know you, because it very much is a connected industry. And I always tell people who are new or who are just starting networking, you need to meet someone 3 times before they'll hire you. So coming to these events and coming out to networking is a soft and easy place to kind of get to know someone on a casual level, and then they'll bring you on to a shoot. And we have so many great productions here with everything going on in Fort Worth with Studios 101 and Yellowstone and Taylor Sheridan's outfit to The Chosen happening there. We have so many huge studios being built here, from Southside Studios to Trilogy Studios, VFX Studios, all LED, massive. And so there's going to be so much work happening here in Dallas.
Yes.
So really now is the time to connect and to start networking and really getting to know your fellow production community members.
And you actually joined when you were 18 years old, is that right?
Yeah, I joined the DPA when I was 18 years old. We have a listserv that people who are members can post for work. And so it got suggested to me just out of high school. I joined the listserv, and I started immediately getting on shows, American Idol and Next Great American Inventor, all from that listserv, and that's how I started building my network and connections.
Nice. We're going to pull up the events page of your website, and I just want to brag about you guys. You guys are really connected, and you have amazing opportunities. And as we scroll down this is featuring an event that you just hosted not too long ago.
Yeah, this event was in March. It was incredible. It was all about embracing that AI, that generative workflows. And it was with an incredible panel from the Loomer agency. Pedro Loomer himself, the CEO and owner of Loomer agency, was a part of it. And he brought his team of creatives and project managers and innovators, and had a really deep discussion on some of the Super Bowl commercials that they had created, through some with AI, some without, and some of the really innovative steps they were taking into creating that. We had a huge attendance. It was really fun. It was at ELP, which is a beautiful integrator and rental house, and so it was fantastic.
What are you seeing in terms of young people? Do you see a lot of people in their early 20s?
Yeah, we have a lot of folks who are really in their early 20s, just out of college, who are trying to break into the industry. And we have wonderful relationships with all of the universities and the professors around town who send their kids. We are actually, I think, for a couple of professors, we're their Tuesday night class. You know, every second Tuesday, they're like, I'm not going to teach, I'm going to send you the DPA.
Right.
And we love that because that gives them a place to connect and starts them on this networking journey, because networking is a skill you have to grow. It's not something that necessarily everyone's good at right out of the gate. And so this gives them that first foray, and people are always looking for PAs. They're always looking for assistance. They're always looking for that like base level help to fill out their production.
And do you find that, like when I was growing up, we didn't have access to a movie camera on our phone where we could shoot and edit. Do you find that the people even coming out of high school are already talented filmmakers?
It is so incredibly different than what I was in school and the level of access that we had versus today. Kids are getting into film festivals with things shot on their phone. At the Texas Production Expo, we actually have a seminar all on mobile filmmaking. So a whole 45 minutes really talking about the phone in your pocket and how you can match that with high quality production cameras. Marvel is using phones for certain shots. This is not an unknown element. So this kind of like democratized access to production equipment has really only helped to up-level people and to start young people off sooner, really like creating high quality work, which I think just grows the entire industry.
Absolutely. Okay, in the little time we have left, I want you to talk to the camera on the left and talk to the person who is thinking about going to the expo or at least joining you for one of your upcoming events.
Yeah, we'd love to have you out to the Texas Production Expo. It starts Thursday, May 23rd. Don't forget that on Wednesday, May 22nd, we have an incredible pre-show party. So if you're trying to figure out what to do, what to learn, come to the pre-show party hosted by Dependable Expendables and Electrosonics. You can kind of connect in a really easy group before being entrenched into the 1,500 people who are going to come out to our Texas Production Expo, where we have full days of seminars, 75 different brands of cameras and lighting and sound and production equipment and ephemera to really support all of your production. And if you're not necessarily a filmmaker, but you're part of visual effects or you're interested in computer graphics, we have organizations on hand there as well who are going to be able to connect with you and introduce you to like-minded people who are really going to try and grow this production community. So we'd love to see you out.
Outstanding. An amazing show. We're going to end with the website so people can get plugged in, dallasproducers.org. The great Ian Loomer. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.